Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. And after that, we'll start. Thank you. So we're gonna start now. And okay, so the classic good morning, Rain, good morning, Zenzone, good morning. Zenzo, man, I can't wait for the mentorship, but all things good comes with patience. Yes. So you'll have to wait until like December. In mid-December, I'm launching it, okay? Ahmed, good morning. Thank you guys, okay? So Delphine, good morning. And welcome. Now we'll start our stream from the weekly chart as we do every day. So this is gonna be what we are gonna look at on Dow as we do, right? So we're gonna mark out the levels from the weekly chart that we think will be sensitive on lower time frame. So what do I see here? We had this swing high, right? We targeted it this week and price cleared out this swing high. Now price is trading near to this order blocks, right? We have two last up close candles on the weekly chart. So I'm gonna mark this one, just the body of it. And in an order block on weekly chart, we expect to see price getting sensitive at the lower lower quadrant, right? At the midway and at the upper quadrant. So I'm just gonna mark out these levels. Today we got a high-impact news coming at 8:30. So we'll see what happens. So this is our midway and the upper quadrant of this order block. So these are the only levels that I'm gonna take from the weekly chart. This is the upper quadrant again. Now I'm gonna drop down to the daily chart. And is there anything else on weekly? Well, there's nothing else. If these two levels are getting broken, okay, the price is still trending higher, then this will keep an eye on this rejection block, and after that this one. But price is not near to these levels, right? So this is the reason why I'm marking only these two levels from this order block. Now I'm gonna go to daily, and on daily chart, on yesterday, this was our target. So yesterday we were correct in the direction calling market where it will go, and this is where it went. After that, price showed a very good rejection from this fair value gap at PM session. So at AM session, we reached for this target. At PM session, we reversed from it, and there was a couple of nice breakers inside our macros on PM session. So on daily chart, what do we have? We have this volume imbalance right here, right? So as we have been bullish so far throughout the whole month, if price is still trending higher, then this is the level where I would like to see price reaching for, but not yet. Okay, we are expecting a reach at this 0.5%, which is the mean threshold of the order block from the weekly chart. And after that, if this one is getting broken and if price is still trending higher and if there's no liquidity towards sell side, what do I mean by liquidity? It's strong liquidity towards sell side, then we'll target this volume imbalance up here. Until then, we're gonna keep watching these two levels as our main target. And also I'm gonna mark out this fair value gap right here. So now this one will work as a good support and resistance level. Okay, once price is going above it, targeting this level, okay, price will get support from this fair value gap. Once price is going below this, price will use it as a resistance, so we'll keep that in mind. Now let's go to 4-hour chart. So our whole 2 day was like bullish so far. We didn't even had a down close candle this week so far, right? This week we only have these two down close candle. After that, on Tuesday, we just kept pushing higher and higher. So on 4-hour chart, what I see is we have this fair value gap. So this is the BC. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, and down it we have this implied fair value gap, right? And down here we have another unfilled fair value gap. So we know these are liquidities that are strong liquidities, right? So keep an eye on these two levels as well, this fair value gap and then this one. On 4-hour chart I don't see anything more else. Okay, so here we have another fair value gap on 4-hour, and it's aligning with the midway of our weekly order block mean threshold, right? So this is the mean threshold of our weekly order block, and as you can see we have a fair value gap here. This is the midway, it's aligning with this fair value gap, so we'll see if price is getting sensitive here or not. So price basically cleared out most of the highs. These are the two swing highs that we targeted yesterday, and on stream price cleared it out. So we had two good calls, but even with two good calls, we had like 2 losses. So we'll see like if we can cover it today. Now let's go to hourly chart. And on hourly, the same thing here as well. This fair value gap is also visible on hourly chart, and this is an unfilled fair value gap with a order block down here, and below this order block we have this relative equal low down here. So this is our equal. Okay, let me change the color a little bit. Okay, now it's better. So we got relative equal lows. This is our Asian low, I believe. So we got new day opening gap down here. Okay, on lower time frame it will show it. Anyway, so we got an unfilled fair value gap. Okay, we are expecting a run at this mean threshold of the weekly order block. So we'll see. We'll see what happens inside this level. We got a news incoming at 8:30, so that's also gonna be impactful. And below this relative equal low on hourly chart, we have this fair value gap, unfilled fair value gap. So we'll also keep an eye on this one. If price is turning bearish, then I believe it's easy for price to reach here. If it's coming down to clear out this equal low, then this level is gonna be my point of interest to see if price is getting support from it. If not, then we'll go lower, even lower. So this will work as a good this will give us a narrative as well as this fair value gap from here. So now that I'm on 15-minute chart, you guys can see this is a very clean level down here. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4 candle that made a relative equal low. So can anyone confirm me if it's a SMT or not? And we also generated more equal lows down here. Relative equal lows down here on 15-minute chart. We have this unfilled fair value gap. So above this fair value gap we have this swing low, then this one, which are relatively equal. Now on 50-minute it's not gonna be visible to you as a swing low, but if you drop down to the lower time frame it will make sense. Okay, so now let's go to 5-minute, and do you guys see that we have a swing low down here, then another swing low, but we did a stop hunt down here, right? So these up close candles becomes our breaker. So we'll see if this breaker is sending price up here or not. Okay, this is a good price level as well, which is coming at 35,600, sorry, 600, not 6,000, 35,600. I believe we can reach here at this level, right? So we'll keep an eye on this one as well. If price is getting support from this breaker, we are going here at 830. So this breaker right here, you're also trading inside a macro here, 750 to 810, but I don't use it, but we'll keep an eye on this one. Okay, so this is our swing low. Price created another low, new lower low, so these up close candles becomes our breaker. Price did a little bit of consolidation here, right, as it's outside of our kill zone, and it's expected. So on sell side I'm seeing a lot of unfilled gap, then relative equal low down here, and we also got another one down here. So on higher time frame as well, I'm expecting a bearish price action from higher time frame. Once we hit this level, if we are still trending higher, then this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect a lower price action. 35,600 is a very nice price level, and let's see if we can reach there. If we are reaching there, we'll see some kind of rejection towards sell side, I believe. So we got two good levels, then an unfilled fair value gap. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. My high probability target will remain throughout the AM session this fair value gap from the hourly and this fair value gap on 50-minute chart. So this is gonna be my point of interest. Okay, my high probability target. These two are gonna be my low probability target. Why? These are equal low. Then why are you saying that it's a low probability target? Because we have a fair value gap here with order blocks, right? And price is respecting order blocks. As you can see, it got respected here. We have a fair value gap with the order blocks respected down here, then order block again with the fair value gap, so respected again. Then we generated the same pattern again, and we left this fair value gap unfilled, right, alongside with a couple of relative equal lows down here. So this is gonna be a good level of interest for me, this swing low and this one, and I'll try to catch a trade targeting this fair value gap and then this unfilled PC. So we'll see what happens today. Okay, yesterday I was risking too much. I basically don't go like more than $300 per on trade on every trade that I risk, but yesterday I don't know, like I risked $400 in one trade, so a little bit more, right? So we'll see. We still have way more profit running on our account, so not that I'm caring about two losses, but we'll see like how better we can control our emotions today. So I'm gonna stick with 3-minute chart. 1 minute is gonna be choppy, as you guys can see here, right? Less volume, more candles. That's what we don't want to see. We want to see less candles, more volatility. So I'm gonna stick with 3-minute. And someone was asking me question yesterday in my private Telegram, like which chart should I look at, and he was like, should I look at 30-second, 1 minute, 3-minute at the same time and look for a setup forming? So if you also have a question like this, then I'm gonna say no. Okay, so the chart that I look at, as you guys can see, I build the narrative from the weekly chart, but I'm not looking at the weekly chart throughout the day. I'm only marking out the levels, and after that I'm watching the levels, how price is reacting inside these price levels on lower time frame. The chart that I keep an eye on is our 4-hour, hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute. And if I see a setup forming on 1 minute, I drop down to 30 seconds. It provides a better setup, but I only go to 30 seconds when when price is inside the 920 macro. Okay, when price is getting near to 930 New York opening, sorry, equities opening. So that is the time period I look at 30 seconds. Before that, it's just so choppy. Like, look at this. We have a lot of gaps, a lot of liquidity voids and stuff like this. So once 30 second and 1 minute is unclear to me, right? Only then I shift to 3 minute. Only then. It's not like I'm always keeping an eye on 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute to look for a setup. If my setup is there, it will form on 1 minute. And if I know how to identify it, I'll be able to identify it in any time frame. It doesn't matter on which time frame that I'm looking on. So we'll see like what happens today. And look at these liquidity levels. The folks who have been watching my stream, you know, this is the levels that I target. These are the levels that I keep an eye on every single day. The relative equal high, relative equal lows. It's not like it will get respected all the time, but it provides a great deal of good trades when you are targeting these levels with a breaker. So we'll also see that. Now price is just chopping around, right? It's 7:54. We have like 30 minutes, 36 minutes before we have our news gets released. So now I'm gonna drop down to Nasdaq and we'll see what's happening here. So yesterday Nasdaq provided better setup at 9:30, right? So yesterday that's what happened on Nasdaq. We had relative equal highs. So I also got a question from one of my students on private Telegram, like why he was asking me, like, I had a bearish bias on Nasdaq, and like asking me why price was moving bullish. So what I do every single day, I answer these questions at the beginning of my stream. Okay, I always take you guys through the daily chart, weekly chart, and I show you guys why I'm thinking the price should move there. So some of my students who are like very lazy to even come and watch it, and after that they will ask me questions like this. So I'm gonna highly recommend you, if you wanna learn and you are focusing on learning, then focus on how I'm deciding the bias, because that's what is important. Understanding the draw on liquidity. Okay, once you understand it, the next is like taking a trade. It's gonna be very easy. So we'll see what happens. And yesterday we targeted equal high at 9:30, right? We had multiple equal highs, relative equal highs, trendline liquidity on lower time frame on Nasdaq, and exactly at 9:30 price, before 9:30 price formed a breaker. At 9:30 price tapped inside the breaker and just went higher. So I'm on weekly chart. What do I see here? What do I see here? We have this week right here that we are trading off from. Okay, so this week when we started our stream, we measured these candles week, right? Do you guys remember? And I told you guys that these are the price levels. The lower quadrant, consequent encroachment, the upper quadrant will be very sensitive for price, right? And throughout the whole week, this week price got rejected from 0.25, 0.5%, and on lower time frame it provided a good setups. So now we are trading off from the upper quadrant here. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep an eye on this candle's measurement anymore. What I'm gonna do is, we have this candle's rejection block remaining right here, right? So this is the part where we don't have a trade. So okay, this is the part, not this one. So this is the part where price didn't trade it inside this week, right? Price left it. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Nasdaq to reach at this level. So this is our rejection block right here. This is where price traded in this rejection block. Then this is where also price traded, but this area is untouched. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. So this is our rejection block from the weekly chart. I don't see anything else significant here. So if you want to keep an eye on this, I'm gonna be done by 10 o'clock, right? So even after that, if you are trading, keep an eye on this order block, the high of this order block right here. This is more like a breaker, the up close candle. You'll see a swing low right here on lower time frame. So this is more like a breaker. So if price is coming down, okay, if it's happening, if price is getting rejected from here, then this is a good support. This is gonna be a good support level for price to bounce towards buy side again. But I'm not gonna be trading the PM session, so I don't care what's happening here. But if you are, keep an eye on these levels. Now let's drop down to the daily. And on daily chart, we rejected from this volume balance once. Right now, I believe we'll smash through it as we are doing it already. And this is our buy side liquidity up here above this swing high. Buy side liquidity. So okay, so we got our buy side liquidity. Now what do we have here? Do I see a breaker? I don't. So on 4 hour, I don't see any period that I want to keep an eye on other than this buy side and the rejection block up here. So 4 hour, 4 hour chart. And okay, so we have a big week on 4 hour, right? And so let's measure it and see if price shows a reaction from this one. If price is not showing a rejection from this one, this level, then we are going there at this buy side liquidity and up here at this rejection block. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the measurement of this week right here. We got a good rejection from this week, right here. Look at that lower quadrant. Price came up, hit it, went a little bit above it, it's okay, and then got rejected and also respected the low of this week, right? This is a rejection block and we also respected it beautifully right here. Then the low of the week got rejected again multiple times. So when you see a big week, don't just ignore it, keep these levels in mind. It doesn't matter if you see, I'm targeting this one, but I'm not expecting price to reach all the way up here, right, with speed. But I want to see what price does at these levels. These levels will give me the bias, like the narrative, why price should reach here. Okay, now price broke this level, that's why it should reach here. This is what the narrative is, right? So this is the upper quadrant, and we got a fair value gap down here, unfilled fair value gap. So this is our BC. Now let's go to the hourly chart. And on hourly, okay, so we hit the upper quadrant, right, of the week that we measured from the 4 hour chart. See, we got a reaction towards sell side, but I want to see price smashing through it and going here, coming all the way up here, and this price level is coming at 16,180, right? And if we push higher today, then 16,200 is gonna be a good target, I believe, but it's only gonna be confirmed by lower time frame if price wanna push higher or not. So we got a support from this BC here, just by a little bit. We also generated an implied fair value gap here. So now let's drop down to the 50-minute. Today Dow is looking way cleaner to me compared to Nasdaq. So throughout the whole week we saw Nasdaq moving towards one direction and US30 moving towards another direction, right? They're not moving together, rather opposite to each other. Okay, so we got another good PDA on 15-minute. This fair value gap with this order block, so we'll also keep an eye on this. If price is getting rejected from here, I believe like this will be a good target. So our BC down here with this order block. And what else do we have here? Nothing basically. So let's go down to 5-minute. We don't have equal lows like we had on Dow, right? On Nasdaq. Nasdaq is pretty clean today. It's delivering liquidity very clean. So we had a consolidation phase down here. We cleared out the liquidity from here. We had liquidity up here, then we moved towards buy side liquidity. So the turtle soup, A plus turtle soup setup, it formed beautifully right up here. Price generated liquidity in both sides. It was basically clearing out buy side liquidity up here, right? Then it left the buy side liquidity, it came down, cleared out the sell side liquidity, then it moved towards buy side again. So this shift in trend happened at 6:15 and price got volatile at 6:45, right? At 6:50. So okay, anything else here? Okay, I see another fair value gap here now that I'm on 5-minute chart. That I'm on 5-minute chart, and this is the PC. NBL, I didn't want it to, that's why. And the reason was I got a copyright strike on that stream. That was another reason, so I just put it on private. So we got our BC here with these order blocks. No sound? There is sound. It's the problem on your side. Okay, so we got order block, we got the fair value gap here. We also got another fair value gap that price respected. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on these levels. Okay, we'll see if price wanna move towards buy side from this BC down here. So seems like pretty bullish, right? I believe we'll reach for this target up here, this buy side liquidity. Right, this is the rejection block, and once price is trading inside this weekly rejection block, okay, once price is reaching up here, we'll measure it. We'll measure it like we do every other gaps, every other week that we see, or the block that we see on higher time frame. So on higher time frame, this is a rejection block, but we are trading on lower time frame, right? So the quadrant levels that will be here, this is where price will get sensitive. Okay, now let's go to 3-minute chart and 1 minute. Okay, Nasdaq is pretty clean today, so I'm gonna keep an eye on Nasdaq. Look at 1 minute on Nasdaq, it's very clean, and I'm gonna put Dow down here. Okay, so this is a breaker as well, right? We got this BC. See, we got a fair value gap, two fair value gaps basically, and we got a swing low. Then price came down, cleared out the swing low. On 1 minute chart is very visible. So if I mark it out for you, we don't have equal lows like we have on Dow. So this is the reason I'm gonna keep an eye on this one on Nasdaq. And this is our stop hunt, right? And this is down here. Is our new lower low. NQ ICT universe, yeah, what are you doing? I do not teach to trade outside of the macro. Okay, so if you are doing your own stuff, then don't try to share it with me. Don't you get it? I already muted you once, then you are coming back and doing it again. Okay, so our new low, stop hunt, new lower low breaker. We got our fair value gap down here. We also got a swing low. So all we are gonna wait for is like price coming down here, and we'll see like if 8:30, if it's happening at 8:30. If not, then throughout the whole day, as long as this level is unfilled, it will be a good point of interest for me. So we got another small BC down here. So if price comes down here, right, anywhere near to this breaker, this is gonna be my entry down here. So I know where I want to take an entry. I also know at what time I should be looking at the entry. So today we'll see like if price is giving it to us, and as long as this level is untouched, I believe we can reach up here. So this is our breaker down here. And this BC, okay, let's mark out the where did I got the BC. So this is the 5-minute BC. This is the 1-minute BC, and this is the breaker on 1 minute, right? So now let's put our Dow right here. NQ, not NQ, Dow on 3 minute. See, Dow is looking a little bit more choppier compared to NASDAQ, right? And so this is the reason that I'm gonna keep an eye on NASDAQ. NASDAQ having a very good price action. It also had a very good price action yesterday. So, but I'm also gonna keep an eye on Dow as well, and ES as well. So I always put ES here because of the SMT that I wanna see. Christopher, definitely bullish, thinking we'll close at 4 p.m. above the 12 a.m. opening price. Okay, yes, I think we can do this. Nick, he does execute live, just usually not on the stream screen because he does not want to become a signal service. Yeah, that's what I don't want to do, but we'll see. It's hard. Okay, like I don't know how streamer do that, but it becomes hard for me to, like, I wanna be perfect when I'm executing in front of 700 500 people, and that's what I don't think about when I'm doing it alone. I can be like, okay, I see it, I see my execution here, so I'm gonna execute here. I don't care about my execution, but when I'm showing it to you, what comes in my mind that I want to be perfect, like, so I'm not gonna take entry here. Where will be my safest entry? So that's what I start thinking, and that's what I don't want to go. Okay. So that's why I don't push a button. It's not because I can't do it, I can, but the mindset, you know, I didn't stream before. I'm not a regular streamer, so I don't have that mindset yet. Just like we don't have a perfect mindset when we are starting trading, right? At the beginning, when we are taking one loss, we are like fucked up, right? With time, even if we are taking like 4 or 5 losses in a row, we know that it's nothing, just like this. So this is a emotional side that I'm getting when I'm executing in front of you. But I'll see like if I can control it better or not. So does it make sense, the analysis that I did on NASDAQ? Okay, we have a liquidity void down here, and it's aligning with the upper quadrant up here. So we are getting inside our macro, right? We hit the liquidity void. So nice support, right? Nice support from the liquidity void, as well as the this is the measurement of our 4-hour wick. So yeah, I believe we'll reach here today. I believe we'll reach here. So now I'm gonna wait for the news to get delivered, and at 8:50. So today we have news at 8:30, right? So which macro is high probability today? Do you guys know it? Which macro is gonna be high probability today? No, not 820. Not 820, it's 850. 850 and 920 macro are gonna be high probability. These two macro, when we have, okay, listen carefully. I know most of you know it because you guys have been watching my stream, and I appreciate it. So when we have news at 8:30, 8:20 and 8:40 macro is the lowest probability macro that you can engage on because of the high impact news. We do not trade high impact news. Okay, medium impact, yeah, sometimes, like, if you want to risk something, medium impact doesn't bring volatility like high impact and low impact, right? But high impact is a no, always a no. It can't you cannot push the button here, because even if you are right, because of the high volatility, price will eventually take you out, right? And you will get more loss on your account than you are basically expecting, and it will ruin your mindset. In trading, it's all about how you're controlling your mind. It's not about a strategy. The folks who always preach about a strategy, trust me, they don't make money. Trust me, they won't be able to show you how to do it live. And it's not about trusting me, they don't do it, basically, right? The folks who preach about a strategy and they're like, okay, this and that strategy made me profitable. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you all. It's not a strategy that makes you profitable. It's how better you can control your emotion with a strategy. So I can control my emotion better with a breaker. It's so easy to spot on chart, right? If price is coming down here, I'm executing. If it's turning out to be a loss, I don't care, because I saw many times price respecting the breaker more than losing it, more than not respecting it, basically. So in my eyes, it's easy to spot. In your eyes, if it's a fair value gap that's easy to spot, then stick with it. With time, you will see, okay, when you were a beginner, when I was a beginner, it was hard for me to spot a breaker. And I was just trading a pattern. But with time, with experience, I started looking at, okay, price forms these targets like equal high, equal low when it's forming a breaker. Price also forming breaker inside certain times, right? So with time, suppose if you are trading a fair value gap, don't be sad like you don't have much knowledge. But with time, if you are engaging with a fair value gap, trust me, it will be profitable. So at the end of the day, it's not a strategy that makes you profitable, just the edge. Okay, it puts the odds in our favor. That's it. 850 continuation, baby. Yes, we'll see it. Okay, we have a very good PT area down here, Rebecca. Like, if I take you on 5-minute chart, as you guys can see, we have a BC right on 5-minute that is unfilled, and on even on 3-minute, 1-minute chart, we have multiple fair value gaps here that is unfilled. So even if price is like not returning back to it at 830, when it returns here, right at this PT area, it will be like, I'll be watching it, what happens inside here. James, is the reasoning behind the macro the sound that around the hourly close open of a candle there's a lot of volatility, hence price creates setups around the hour marks? Yes, you are right, James. At eight, so what's happening is like 1 hourly candle is getting closed at 8:50. Sorry, at 50 to 10 mark. So what happens? Price can do manipulation throughout the whole hour, but the end of the when it's closing the candle, it becomes volatile. It runs smoothly. It provides a very good setup. Right? Like throughout the whole hour, price can consolidate, but when you can expect to see the consolidation is breaking, when the hourly candle is closing. If you look at the power of 3, okay, I don't talk about power of 3 much because I believe this is a very basic concept. So if you just go on your hourly chart, you will see like even the smallest candle on hourly chart is having a good run at the end of the when it's closing, right? So this is the reason that our mentor talked about these macros and stuff like that. So before he talked about it, it didn't existed, right? No one knows. I didn't knew it when I was a retail. You won't find it inside the retail industry. They will talk about time, but when you when you listen to that talking about time, there's nothing. It's just random. They'll just put a time and it's just a word. There's nothing about time, when a setup will form and stuff like that. So price generated equal high up here, right? And we are basically getting support from this liquidity void. So the folks who don't know, this is not a volume imbalance because we don't have wicks here, right? We have a gap. So this is a liquidity void. A liquidity void. So put it down on your notes. Come on. Volume imbalance. Okay, so this is something that you should be putting on your notes and see, it's happening live here. This is the best learning, right? When you spot something on chart and you are a beginner and someone with experience showing this to you, isn't it improving you, right? Aren't you gaining experience? So if you are, can you hit the thumbs up button? So liquidity void is always gonna be more powerful, more high probability than a volume imbalance. What is a volume imbalance? When we have a wick between the separation, that becomes a volume imbalance. When we don't have a wick, rather a gap like this becomes a liquidity void. It's very easy to understand, very basic concept, and it worked perfectly. Down up here. Hydra, when will you stop trading because of Christmas, and when will you return? I'm not returning on December sometime between like 10th of December. I'll have my last stream. So on 7th, from I think on 6th I will have my last stream because I'm gonna do another surgery for my eye on 7th of December. I have to do some adjustment, so I'm not gonna be able to trade after for like 2-3 days. So on the December 6th, I think I'm gonna stop. And after that, if I'm feeling good, before I start my mentorship, I'll continue streaming on December. So how do you differentiate between liquidity void and volume imbalance? So this is a liquidity void where you don't have a wick, basically a gap, right? Just like new day, new week opening gap, there's a gap, right? There's no wick, there's no trading between these price levels. So price kind of came down to this level, got support. And look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is so clean today compared to Dow, right? Dow is basically like chopping around, doing nothing. And yes, I don't know why people are trading yes. Yes is like always always ranging, chopping, right? It's always in a choppy zone. How many of you trade ES? Does anyone trade ES? Like ES, our mental loves ES, but to me it looks choppy. Yeah, it's similar with Dow. Okay, they move similar. Look at the price action here. Pretty much similar. Most of the time, like you'll see like 70 to 80% similarity between ES. Okay, but Nasdaq and Dow, like most of the time you'll see like Nasdaq having a good price action, but at the same time Dow also provides good setup. Okay, so what I learned with time is like how to differentiate between them. It's so easy. Like the chart that is having a good price action, where it makes sense to you, stick with that chart. Where you see less choppiness, like see here, price is respecting our idea, our theory. Like we have a breaker here, it got respected, but with a lot more candles, right? Here a lot less candle on Nasdaq. Hey Hydra, when does your mentorship start? On December. The booking will start like suppose after I'm done with my surgery on December 7th. I'll start the booking, and the live sessions will start from the mid January, or suppose at the end of the January, because January I don't trade it. January is not tradable. Hey Adro, when will you stop trading? I already told you I'm gonna stop trading on 6th of December. CZ at Dave teaches FX. What about him, CZ? He's a whore. Attention fucking whore, okay? So I'm gonna ban you because of this. Geeta Charya, hi Hydra. Still not able to access Breaker Army Telegram. Oh my god, Geeta, you have been like literally you've been asking for the last couple of days to join. And what I'm telling you for the last couple of days is like drop your Telegram ID, Telegram tag to me. If you are banned, then that's how I'll be able to unban you. If I don't know your Telegram ID, then how am I gonna do it? Okay, so drop your account. You have been here for a long time and you are saying every single day the same thing. I don't know how, I don't know, you don't get me, right? Just drop your Telegram ID and we'll see what happens after. Raymond, I'm holding long position Nasdaq targeting 8R. That's good. ICT manhandles ES lol. I'm too weak to win on ES lol. Now it's not like I can't win, but it's not a pair for me. So again, we decided a good bias, right? Good target for why price should go here. This was our rejection block from the weekly chart. So do you guys see how easy it is to decide the bias throughout the whole week? throughout the whole week, like I had a good bias calling. Like you can go back, watch my stream from Monday. You won't be able to watch it the yesterday stream, but the folks who was here yesterday, we had a bullish bias, right? Targeting the buy side liquidity on Dow. Price delivered it. Even today, this is the target that I want to see price reaching for. So we'll see. Snake dog, yeah, I'm checking right now. So it's 1 minute before the volatility comes in, right? So let's see. Snake dog. I'll be able to join now. FIDO, so news delivered lower. Okay, so we are coming down to this BCRA down here. Let's see if we get here. Okay, we didn't. Rather, we hit at the liquidity void again. Right, so do you guys see how powerful this level is? This liquidity void down here. So we left this buy side liquidity, right? Just by 1 point. And we also left this BC down here unfilled. So 832. Okay, so the better delivery was on Nasdaq, right? Look at Dow. Basically a choppy candle. Maria Dave was talking about bullying the other day. Then comes for HYDRA and Kemi all over Twitter. The gaslighting from him, lol. Who cares? He just do it for attention, okay? So this is what the horse do, right? The attention horse. So I don't give him the attention that it seeks. Everyone who talks about it, I just ban them. I shared my Telegram ID where? I don't see it. So we generated another equal high. Is it SMT? Okay, let me check. It seems like it's SMT, right? We're coming down to this breaker. But if we are hitting this breaker now, I'm not gonna do anything. So on Dow, okay, it's not SMT. On NASDAQ. So this high formed on 22 November. Okay, this is SMT. So look here. Okay, this is our 22nd, right, of November, and this right here is our 22nd November on ES. So ES made a higher high. Dow made a lower high down here. So this is apparently a SMT, and is it with Dow as well? Yeah, so basically like Dow is even moving further. So it's SMT with ES. See the higher high on Dow, on NASDAQ is not visible. So what I want to see, like if I want to take a trade from this level right here, I want to see price forming equal highs, not a SMT. Okay, equal highs up here. When it's coming down here, I want to see relative equal highs up here. If it's is it happening? It's not. So something like this here, that's what I want to see, but it's not happening. It's a very clean move. So now let's see if we have a choppy delivery up here. If we get a choppy delivery when we are coming for this level, then I believe I can push button here at this level. So up here we got a SMT with ES. $37. So we are coming down here. I believe we'll get support from this level. But the thing is, I don't see the targets up here, so I'm not gonna take it. Rather on Dow, if you look at Dow, we have a trend line liquidity down here on Dow, right? Plus a unfilled fair value gap on hourly chart. Then this fair value gap is on 15-minute. So let's see, they are moving together now. All the pairs are having a down movement. So I'll just tape read this setup. So I'm just gonna tape read it, and now we have this trend line liquidity, this equal low down here, right? A lot of liquidity on Dow is resting down here. So let's see if Dow provides a setup to us. So on 3 minutes on Dow, we have this breaker. This one is clean, and below it we got equal lows. So let's see how price reacts here. This is our breaker down here. So price is in a level where I would have taken an entry if I saw the targets or anything like this, but I don't see it, and it's not happening inside my macro, my high probability macro. So I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna watch what price does here. But this is a very good price level, okay, for support. Look at the fair value gaps here that was unfilled. Look at the order blocks. Price throughout the whole session respected these order blocks, right? So good support level from here, right? So let's see if price keeps pushing higher. If I saw equal highs up here, okay, or suppose trend line liquidity, this level is too clean. This is why I'm not executing here. If I saw it, if I have seen it, and it was happening like suppose at 850, I would have taken it. Your thoughts on price when it touched our daily weekly objective? It will continue to the top side. This is how I do not see the chart. I do not just, okay, price just hit this level, so I'm gonna expect a bearish price action. No, price will have to go through some levels to confirm to me that it's a market maker buy or sell model. So here, as you can see, this is a good support level, right? Here some of the people were saying, okay, this is a market maker sell model. This is not, okay? It's not just when we generate a SMT, it doesn't just become a market maker buy or sell model. You have to have a logic why price should go lower, why price should go towards buy side liquidity. We are expecting a run at this rejection block, this unfilled gap, this unfilled price level on weekly chart, right? So we have a narrative from the weekly chart on higher time frame that supports us higher price action. So we got a breaker down here, right? So for price to go higher, this one will have to fail. So to me, the way I'm looking at chart is not a high probability to me right now. Okay. So if suppose I was trading this setup and I saw this breaker down here and price already moved in my favor, right? And this is not a hindsight call, folks. If you go back and listen to my stream, I told you guys that this is a good level that I would have thought about taking an entry down here at this fair value gap, specifically this one, because this is a good support level. So if I was trading it, I will put my stop loss down here below this fair value gap or below this candle's low, because this as well is a breaker, right? So I'm telling you what I'm gonna do in different scenarios when price has similar things like this. So see, if price is getting rejected from this, like this breaker, it will go even lower, because this is a breaker as well, and we generated a SMT up here. So if I took a trade here, I'll put it at the break even as soon as price got rejected from this, breaker. Lobaba, hey Hydra, there is no SMT also left equal high. Look at the higher time frame. Did you just join right now? I'm gonna show you once again. So this is our, look at this candle. Okay, look at this candle up here, right? And Now I'm gonna take you on Nasdaq daily chart. Look at this candle. Right, okay, let me hide the. Did price cleared out this 22nd of November high? And did price cleared it here on ES on the daily chart? This is the 22nd of November. Price made a higher high above this one, right? Before there was no higher high. This here, we don't have a higher high. We have a higher low. So yes, so this is to me a SMT. Don't you see it? Price had a good reaction from after generating the SMT. One tick below, yes, that's why we saw this reaction. When we generate, okay, so listen to me carefully. When we generate equal high, we don't get a reaction like this. We have a support level right here. This only when we have a SMT we got aggressive deliveries like this with SMT. So let me put my drawings back. Yes, on 1 minute. So we got a good support from this BC and the breaker down here. So are you guys learning so far? This is the best learning that I believe you can have. See, I'm marking out these levels before price is even trading to it. I'm telling you when price is getting down here that this is a good support level. In hindsight, it will look awesome, right? If I make a video on this breaker on hindsight and I show you, okay, this time period inside this time, look at the macro here, 820 to 830, right? But on hindsight, the best learning doesn't happen. It happens in live price action. See, you are watching the chart with me. You watch the liquidity void with me. You know where price is going, right? We are not just randomly looking at the breaker, looking at the pattern and looking for a support. No, we know this is where the price is going. So we'll look for a bullish PDRA until price clears out this high up here. We're not gonna look for a bearish breaker as long as this high is intact and as long as price is not traded inside this rejection block. Do you guys get it what I'm trying to say here? So if you appreciate it, hit the thumbs up button, folks, okay? Let's see how many of you are appreciating the commentary. So we are also generating equal high. So that's what I wanted to see when price was coming down for this breaker. Okay, this is something that I wanted to see price forming here, then coming down inside like 850 macro, but it touched the breaker early before 850. So price is not going lower. Okay, price is not gonna go lower until it clears out these levels, until it feels this liquid fair value gap up here. So what I'm gonna wait is price to get inside our macro, and if price is still hovering inside this breaker down here, so all of these up close candles is our breaker. As long as price is hovering inside it and we have these equal highs intact, I'm still gonna expect bullish price action. Why? Because price is not in a market maker sell model as long as these highs are intact. Okay, so don't just see price running lower and think, okay, this is a market maker sell model, this is a market maker buy model. That's not how it happens. You'll have to understand the price action, right? Alex, on the breaker, do you prefer the wick or body? I prefer the body. Okay, I prefer the body because that's where most of the liquidity is, right? Price has liquidity inside the bodies of the candle, not the wick. Wicks do the damage, and that's why I always keep an eye on the bodies. You will never see me marking the wick. Only time I'm marking the wick is on higher time frame. So okay, so there's another thing. What do you guys see here? A pennant, right? A retail freaking pennant forming here. It's a beautiful pennant. So retail theory does work, right? But do you ever saw a retail marking out a pennant live? They don't know it. All they do is on hindsight. And we got a lot of hindsight ICT traders too. So what I want to see, like, look at here, price is generating liquidity in both sides. What kind of liquidity? Strong liquidity levels in a form of equal high, equal low. So what I want to see, price coming down, okay, as I'm expecting bullish price action. I want to see price coming down, clearing out the liquidity levels, and then moving towards buy side liquidity aggressively, going above these swing highs. But okay, listen to me carefully. If price is clearing out this equal high first and leaving the equal lows intact, we are in a market maker sell model and price will go lower. But I'm expecting a bullish price action. I'm expecting a run above here. So I want to see price clearing out this liquidity level. So who knows what happens inside a pennant when price forms a pennant? Does anyone know the retail theory? If you know, can you type it on the chat? So what happens here when price forms a pennant? How do you trade it? How do you trade it? Okay, wait, I think this is too big for my liking. Now it's better. Breakout. Okay, let me check. Okay, I don't know much about the pennant pattern. So on pennant, okay, this is what happens. Let me show it to you all. So the perfect, okay, this is the perfect forming of pennant. On pennant, they expect a breakout and then a continuation from the breakout, right? So this is what happens on pennant. This is how it looks like. It's a retail theory, the folks who don't know. It repeats on chart. In live price action, you are seeing it with me. But what we are gonna expect, a fake out towards sell side, right? Then a move back for the stops that retail has up here, and continuing the trend higher after that. So this is what I'm gonna look for. Now we are trading inside our macro, 850 macro. Now let's see if price provides me a setup. I wanna see price coming down here again, clearing out the equal lows. If it does that, then this is gonna be the scenario of the setup. More like a 2 hour, basically. 2.5 hour, I believe, is possible. I like this. So there were some retails on my yesterday's stream, and they were like, why are you taking so many contracts? It's not the contract that I'm taking, okay? The contract is not important to me. It's important that how much I'm risking. I don't basically go over $350 in risk. So we'll see what happens today. Okay, so this is the narrative. If price is clearing out the equal low first, I'm taking it. If not, if price is clearing out the equal highs first, I'm not gonna take it. So we also activated the breaker on Dow, right? Look at here. This is the breaker on 3-minute chart on Dow. We activated the breaker. Now if we form a fair value gap here, this is gonna be good. Our pennant is getting smaller and smaller, so we are about to break out. Geeta, where you shared your Telegram ID? I don't see it. Geek Either Trader, good morning, bro. Good morning. So we are coming down. We are forming. Basically, the pennant is getting smaller, right? Do you guys see that? We generated. Now tell me there's no algo. Now tell me the buyers are doing it. Buyers and sellers. So they're forming this pennant. Fucking not. I don't want to see equal high getting taken out first. I want to see equal lows are getting taken out. Okay, so this is what I want to see. Let's take a look on the higher time frame. What's happening here? Are we breaking out or what? 8:56. Okay, we are about to end our 8:50 macro, and seems like if we are still doing it till 9:30, then 9:30 will push higher. Trust me, 9:30 will smash the retail stop, and it will straight go towards this one. This is why I like 9:20 to 9:40 macro among every other macro, because it brings so much volatility, so much speed, and so clear setups that how can you ignore to take it, right? No, don't do it. See, price is clearing out the equal highs first. It's leaving equal lows. So this is also a box setup that I taught inside my 3-day workshop, right? This is I taught you guys about this pattern as a plus turtle soup setup, right? So you see it, you wait for price to clear out one direction. It's very easy concept, and you then engage with the other direction. Geeta, are you trolling us? Geeta is like, okay, every single day Geeta will come here and tell us that HYDRA unbanned me, and when I tell her that share your ID, she never does that. Why? She's like, now HYDRA, I have shared my Telegram ID, but where? You're funny. Do you have any specific level in breaker to entry, or you'll wait 30-second market maker buy model to entry? I'm not taking about I'm not looking at the price level when I'm looking at a breaker. All I'm looking at how price is generating liquidity when it's coming to a breaker, when it's giving me an entry. Like, look at here. Okay, this is a beautiful. I want to take this setup and I want to buy. I don't want to short. I want to buy targeting this up here. So let's see if we clear out these levels first. 850. We are coming down, right? We are coming down. So we generated more equal highs up here. Multiple equal highs. So this is our BC from the 5-minute chart. This is our 1-minute BC down here. And this is our breaker on 1 minute. Now yesterday someone was telling me like, my chart is so choppy. Why do I need so many things on my chart? I was like, bruh, this is the cleanest chart you can see on anywhere, on any live stream. I only draw the things that I see. I don't even put any indicator or stuff like that. It's just the levels that make sense to me. It looks choppy to you. Internet is full of geeks. So this is I'm gonna show you guys one live stream. Okay, if you wanna judge my live stream, then I'm gonna show you one live stream that what people do there. So do you guys know this live stream up here? This is a live stream from Top Step. Okay, so they get like viewers for like suppose 2,000-3,000 viewers, and what they do is like they're two old men that talk and they do nothing. They bring their, I don't know, I was watching their stream. I was like, okay, so many people are watching, maybe they're sharing something, but all they're doing is trash talk, no chart talk. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous about the viewers. I don't care about the viewers. See, on my ban, if I see you, if I show you my ban list, there's more than 500 people sitting there in the ban list. Okay, so we hit it 9 o'clock. So we are coming down the BC. We hit the BC. Let's see. Okay, let's wait. And okay, even if we are missing an opportunity of engaging here, once price goes above this consolidation phase, right, price will use this consolidation phase as support. So I'm gonna wait. 850, I'm not taking it. I'm gonna wait. Okay, is it SMT? Okay, let me check. If it's SMT, I'm taking it. Okay, it is SMT down here. See, do you guys see this? We generated a SMT with ES down here. So if I target like 2R with one contract, I'm only gonna risk one contract down here. Let's take it. Okay, I'm seeing the SMT. Let's trust the setup. And let's see how the next candle opens. If it's opening lower, the next candle, I want to see the price touching this level. See, on ES as well, we have these equal highs left. I want to see this candle coming lower, hitting the BC and then going higher. See, do you guys see the clean SMT down here? Isn't it clean? It is clean, right? The SMT down here. So price cleared out the equal highs. Okay, I'm not gonna engage it, it's too late. I should have executed here. See, this is why I don't try to execute in front of you. I always want to be perfect. I always want to get the perfect execution. If I was doing it alone, I would have executed here. If you bought it, hold it, okay? I'm not gonna do it. I wanted to see like this candle coming down, hitting this BC, then going towards buy side. Anyway, I don't care about missing a setup, okay? I have a skill that I can repeat every single day. I don't care about missing out a setup. Stopped out by a tick. How did you got stopped out? How did you got stopped out down here? I think you were selling, right? The folks who have been like screaming about market makers sell model, sell model. So we got a fair value gap up here, okay? So let's see if price provides me a setup here. I'm gonna wait for 9:30 macro. So this is our BC. Let's see if price trades inside it. This is a consolidation phase. Price also uses the consolidation phase as support, okay? As support and resistance. So let's see, okay. We still got a chance to enter. It's 9:05. I'm gonna wait for 9:20 macro. 2 contracts done. Yeah, a lot of you engaged, right? So the point of my stream is not giving you a signal. If I'm seeing you are taking a signal and appreciating the signal. Okay, I got a call. Wait. So what I was telling is like if you're using me as a signal, I'm gonna ban you, okay? The point of my stream is not to chase the cloud, but show you how I read chart. And as you can see, the levels were called perfectly to the tick. You heard me multiple times sharing the logic why when price was forming the pennant, right? I told you guys that I want to see equal lows getting cleared out first, then price moving towards buy side. What do you see here? Did I told you guys, okay, if this happens then that, if this happens then that? No, only one direction. You come here to learn, you're most welcome. I will always appreciate your question about like why I do this stuff over this one. But if you're coming up here with signal like HYDRA, should I enter here? Trust me, I'm gonna ban you. So the point of my stream is to show you how to read the price action. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna lose money like I did yesterday. Like I had a $600 loss. See, I'm still not caring about the loss because I can mitigate it. I made a skill. See, I'm proving it. Throughout the whole month of November, I showed you guys how I see the chart, how I decide the bias, and you saw it live, right? So I was also right to look at NASDAQ compared to Dow. Do you guys see that Dow had a very choppy delivery compared to NASDAQ, right? So if NASDAQ is still trading coming down here at 930, okay, sorry, 920, I'm gonna think about taking entry. So I'm still on a call. They called me from my hospital about the surgery, so let's see what they tell me. They're like asking me to do another checkup before I go for another surgery. I don't know why, but I did the what was that surgery name? Anyway, it wasn't LASIK. Yes. Okay, he's gonna call me back in 5 minutes. It's okay. Yeah, the one is so expensive, bro. Like, now that I'm making money, it's not expensive to me. But when I wasn't spending $8,000 for like a 1 hour operation, damn, I would have never thought about it. Now for every checkup is free. They're not taking money for the checkup, but the surgeries they're asking for another 5K for the surgery that I'm gonna take on 7th. So they're like, okay, this is gonna be the last one, and we are seeing some difference in your eyes that we never saw before. I was like, why? Then he was like, okay, your power of the glasses are very high, so we'll have to do it again. So I'm not hesitating spending the money because it's eye, right? So let's see if price still hovers inside this gap at so on ES. Okay, why am I comfortable here? On ES, as you can see, we have a breaker here, right? ES had a, so if you were targeting like 2R from this level, right? If you go back on my stream, you'll see it. So 2.5 hour is like price already gave it to us. 2.5 hour. What was your power? It was -9. It was a lot. It was a lot, and now they put it back to like 0. So now I can see 2020 again. But I'm always wearing a glass of like the 0.25 power because I'm looking at the windows. Right, so see, this is another support level, folks. Okay, this is something that I'm gonna teach inside my inside my mentorship. These levels, okay, when price does a consolidation like this and breaks out of the consolidation, you will see this you will see our mentor talking about this inside the last video that he made. So I'm gonna recommend you this video if you haven't watched it, or if you're planning to watch it, then this is the recording that I wanna show you guys. So ICT, go on his videos and you watch this market maker models, this recording. Okay, market maker models, and at the end of the recording, okay, I'm gonna get a copyright strike. I don't wanna get it. And I'm just gonna show you the part where he talks about it. Okay, right here.
That it should offer some measure of consolidation, because if it's going to do that, my premise behind swing trading is it's all on the basis of a market maker sell model or a market maker.
All he's talking about is like price getting support from the original consolidation, right? So it's like to me, it's like this. It's like this one, and the support can also happen from these levels as well. So watch it, okay? If you are if you are like if you are interested into learning this model that I'm talking about. Yes, Golden Satoshi, he said a very beautiful thing here. You guys are looking at the wrong if you are leveling it a continuation or reversal macro. This time period just indicate where and when to look. You have to build the narrative yourself, yes, but I leveled it as a continuation, as a reversal macro. Okay, what happened here? What did happen at 850 macro? Before you knew it, I marked it as a continuation macro. It has a high probability of continuing a trend at 850. The reversal, it happens at 820. The reversal that happens at 820, okay, 820, price continues that trend at 850. And see what happened here? Price continued the trend towards buy side. So I hope it makes sense. It has a logic behind it, just like not every single time the breaker will work. Breaker has a probability of like 50 to 70% of the time you will get a good trade from the breaker. Just like that, the trend continuation macro will offer the continuation a lot of the time, but sometimes you will see it's not doing that. But also you will have to understand the logic behind it, why price should move there, if there's any target or not, stuff like that. I'm waiting for the 920 macro. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna close the stream after 920, so if I don't get anything, this is gonna be the last call. So price is coming back to the breaker again. We have the relative equal low down here, right? This is the SMT. So see, when I was talking about targeting, taking an entry down here, right? I wasn't targeting all the way up here. I never do that. I never go more than like suppose 2R. 2R is like my ideal target. 2.5R is like I'm targeting. The max that I'm going is 3 to 4R, but it depends on the time. So suppose if price was hitting this BC at 920 inside 920 period, I would have targeted this one because 920 brings the volatility. For price to move there, it will have to do it inside certain times when there's volatility, when I'm expecting volatility. At 850, I don't expect much volatility. Only time you will see 850 as a good macro is when we have news at 830. When we don't have news at 830, all the 850 macro is gonna do is consolidate, accumulate orders for 920 delivery, 930 delivery. But today, what do you saw? We had a choppy delivery, right? Price came down, went up. So the max that you should be targeting is 2R, and the 2.5R is good. Like if you want to continue targeting 2.5R, I believe a breaker will always give it to you. So here's another thing: when you see a breaker, and if you're right, when you see a breaker and if you are right, a breaker will minimum provide you 2R. You won't be able to find me a breaker that was right. Okay, first of all, you have to find a breaker that, if you identify a correct breaker, the minimum that it will give you is 2R. That's why I love breaker. It's like a guarantee setup. If I'm right, it's giving me 2R. Okay, I'm getting the call again. Yeah, so I think I made the appointment for today. It's not on 7th of December anymore. I was asking to do it early, so I'm gonna close my stream after the 9:30 delivery. Okay, so I'm going for the surgery today. I hope you guys will pray for me. It's like my heart is beating fast. Damn, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So keep me in your prayers today, okay? The folks who like me, I wanna be in your prayer today. So we'll see. So we came back to our original level down here at this PC. So this is our equal low. So okay, so we came back down to this level again, right? So thank you for the good wishes. Okay, I'll let you guys know on my Telegram group what's happening or not, okay? And okay, so we got another BC down here. We got equal low. So let's see, okay, folks. Like, we are trading inside the macro that I trust most as a. This is my high probability macro. If I only had to choose like one macro, then I will always go with the 920 macro for the rest of my life. How much risk did you take during the funding phase? 0.5%. Dow breaker, yes, this is gonna be the target for Dow. If you are in this trade from this Dow breaker, okay, this is the level where you will close your trade. You are not holding after price hits it, because this is a very good support level. Go on your 50-minute chart on Dow. You will see a fair value gap with order block, okay? You mean 0.5 volume? No, 0.5% of the total account that I'm gonna trade. Okay, so if it's a 100k account, 100k challenge account, I'm risking $500 per trade. Yeah, so if it's a 50k account, then I'm risking $250 per trade. Does it make sense to you? Which broker I'm using? Top Step with TradeObate. This is a challenge account. So let's see. We generated more equal. I want to see price clearing these levels out before pushing higher. Before pushing higher. Did you publish your live from yesterday? So no, the stream from yesterday will not get published because it got a copyright strike. That's why. But the rest of the stream, okay, I never privated any stream, so every stream that you see that I ever did is there. It's there. So this SMT is still holding, right? That we have on ES, that we generated on ES. This SMT, beautiful SMT. Yeah, I got haters. Okay, when you got haters, know that you are performing so well that all that they can do is like complain about your stream, and that's what they did. That's what they did. Okay, so we got a Reaper fair value gap, right? Yeah, someone was telling me this right here. Inside breaker, there is a Reaper inversion. Yes, here. Yes, we have it. So I'm waiting for these levels to get cleared out. Price has an equal high up here. So folks, I'm closing like at 9 after 9:30 delivery. Okay, so I'll have to go to my hospital. So I'm gonna close it, and we got this equal high. This is better not. I don't want to see this is SMT. Okay, this is not a SMT. Both pair made. Okay. Oh god, this is the. Look. Do you guys saw this candle? Do we have any news? Okay, let's see. Let me check. Do you have any news at 9:30? We don't, right? We don't have any high or medium impact news. I believe we are good. I believe we are good. Like this candle suddenly opened with a lot more volatility. So I'm gonna look for an entry down here, and with a stop loss below here, and targeting this equal high. So it's providing me more, right? More than what I would have got here. If price is clearing out this equal low, I'm not engaging. I want to see this one getting cleared out, and I'm trusting it because we have this equal high as well on ES, and they're moving together, so they both generated the same equal high. Or which top step account do you recommend? I do not recommend anything. If you have, it depends on how much you have to buy it. Okay, buy the account. If you have like $100, go with the 50K. If you have $1,000, then go with the 150K. So how can I recommend you something where it completely depends on your financial condition? Alright, let's see on 32nd. So on 32nd we have this breaker. Do you guys see the swing low down here? So we got a breaker here. 32nd, we got a fair value gap, so I'm gonna take it. Okay, so something like this with a stop loss down here, targeting like 2R, 2.5 hour. So I wanna see price clear hitting this level. I believe we are bullish here, so let me take it. One contract is 135, really? 273. Okay, 2 contract is good. Is it a limit? Okay, this is a limit, so let's see. Okay, this is the only trade that I'm taking today. I don't have any interest after that. And this is where we're gonna target this buy side liquidity up here. Now that we are trading on 9:30, I wanna see price taking me here. Let's see, folks. If it's turning out to be a loss, I'm done. It's $270. I don't care. So let's see the execution down here. And let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm trusting this breaker. It formed at 9:28. We have 2 minutes before the news gets released. Inside, I'm hyped. Okay, like I wanna go for the surgery. And let's see. Okay, folks, if it's turning out to be a loss, I'm closing it. I don't have any interest to tape read. And I'm already high in my emotion, so I don't know if you can feel it or not, but this is how it's going inside me. $9.28. I wanted to see this order block holding price. So it's just coming down. It's gonna hit my stop loss. So I should have waited for this level, right? 928, but it's 270. It's okay. So this is a losing trade. 1 minute chart. Let's see if price gives me entry here. Okay, let's see if price gives me an entry here. I'm gonna execute one more time down here. Price clearing out this liquidity level. So I reached $270, $250. So 0.5% is gonna be like one more trade. So let's see. Look at the breaker on Dow. This is like the breaker on Dow. See, this is why I like 930. Because of the volatility that it brings in. So let's see again. I'm not gonna push button anymore on live, because this is something that I'm struggling to do it. I always look for the perfect entry, and seems like I don't get it on stream. And I'm not doing it, I'm getting the stream. And I'm every single time, okay, throughout the whole week, if you saw my yesterday stream, I was right in the direction. 2 trades. The first one I didn't got in because the same logic. I wanted to see the perfect execution, get the perfect execution. And I didn't execute it at 9:30. The second one, I didn't execute it. I executed and turned out to be like a losing trade. So again today, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm super hyped on my emotion. I'm not gonna trade anymore. And yeah, I know if you, I think you guys can see it, right? So I'm gonna go for the surgery again, and this is gonna be it for today, folks. Okay, this is gonna be it for today. I hope you guys found it insightful, and yeah, the levels, I hope you understood the logic, like why I was expecting price to run up here. This is the main thing. Forget about my execution. This is not what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you the logic, how to read the price and stuff like this. I hope you found it insightful, and I hope you understood the logic. This stream is not gonna get private, okay? So keep me in your prayers today, and I'll catch you guys if everything is going well today. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we'll see each other if everything is going today good. Okay, so I'm closing it here, folks. Keep me in your prayers, and that's it. Peace.